Here is a video tutorial on how to play Twiddle Game's latest game offering, a game called Beeline. Right now we're in the Twiddle Game's website, and I'm going to go ahead and select the center area which says Play Now. And what this is going to do is take us to the primary Twiddle Game's lobby. And in the lobby you have the option of selecting any of the game offerings and simply going in there and playing those games. So here you can see on the top the game Swibbish, on the bottom right Turbo Squish, and then Beeline, which is the subject of the tutorial today. So I'm going to go ahead and select Beeline, and it takes me into the Beeline lobby. And here you have a couple of different options. So the first thing is you can see the beginning room. It's called Worker, the Worker Bee room, and you have an arrow to the left and an arrow to the right, and then a Play Now button, which is what you would select when you want to begin to play the game. So if I scroll here, if I go to the right arrow and click on that, it takes me to the different room, the drone room, which has a different game board, and these rooms get progressively more difficult as I scroll through those. Queen Bee, Amazon, you can see the game board is quite a bit different. For the purposes of the tutorial, we're going to stay in the easiest room, which is the Worker Bee room here. Okay? So before I begin to play, I'm going to show you a couple other things. In the bottom left here, you can see that Your Move little area. And if I select on that plus, it shows me all the games that I'm playing where it's my turn. And I can simply click on one of those games, and it takes me right into that game, and I can take my turn. On these, it says Their Move. This tells you which games you're playing with someone else where it's their turn. And then on the bottom right here, the completed games. And this just gives you a list of the more recent games that you've played if you want to go and look at those and see what happened. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select the Play Now button right here. And I'm presented with this new window. And I have two simple choices. One is to join an open game. And if I click on that, it takes me right into a game that somebody else has started, and I can begin to play right away. The other option, which is what we're going to do today, is to create a new game right there. And I'll go ahead and click on that, and it gives me the option of basically touching or clicking one of these areas here. I can play 1, 2, or 3 other people all at the same time. So the maximum amount of people that can play a single game is 4. If I click on this area here, then it brings me a list. It brings up a list of my Twiddle buddies that I've created through the buddy area on the top of the kind of the lobby area. So I'm going to go ahead and select one of these buddies. Right there at the bottom, I'll select CB. And if I click Start Game, once CB is selected, CB will get notified that I've challenged her to a game, and that she can just simply select that and come into the game and play with me. Okay? Right here, I can select another opponent. Now I have 2 opponents that I'm going to play this game with, and I can click Start Game, and the game will begin. The other option is to play the computer, which is a great option if I want to practice. So I click on the bot area there, and you can see it says Worker Bee Easy. What that means is that the computer setting is set for relatively easy, so I can jump in and play around with this and learn how to play this game, but it is really easy to play. The other option is if I click Bot again, it says Drone Bee Medium, and then if I click it a third time, Queen Bee Hard. And this is the hardest computer, the most difficult computer setting. So I'm going to go ahead and just select Bot one more time, and I'm going to be playing the computer Worker Bee, which is the easiest setting, and I'll then click Start Game, and it's my turn. So you can see it's my turn also by the fact that my username Bone Daddy is at the top of the list of names here, and as soon as I take my turn, it will drop back down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just play a few moves so you can see the concept of this game, but you'll get the point pretty easily. So I'm going to select one of these circular BBs, and you can see the computer's quick. It selected its area, and I'm going to go ahead and just click through here. See, the computer's taking their turn really quickly. The computer took that area. I think you get the point of this game. You want to control as many areas as possible. The computer has 1 point. If you have more points than your opponent, at the end of the game, you win the game. You can see little treasures and traps and stuff throughout the game board, and that changes as the game boards get more difficult. On the bottom left here, you have a chat option. So you can communicate with your opponents. You can emote with your opponents. So if they did something that makes you sad, you can send an emote to everyone with a frowny face. I think you get the point right there. And then there's a game log too, which is not activated yet. This is an early beta offering. That's about it. The one last thing I'd like to point out is right here at the top, there's going to be little icons, which basically are your turn reminders. So if you're playing multiple games and someone takes their turn while you're in this game right now, this little icon will show up, and you can simply click on that, and it will take you into that other game, and you'll be able to take your turn there. Now you have the lobby button on the top left. If I select that, it takes me back to the beeline lobby, and I can create a new game, take my turn, do whatever I'd like to do. I can select a lobby again, and it takes me back to the primary Twiddle Games lobby, which allows me to jump into a different game.